Hi, I'm Jason with Trading House Design Company. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to install a floorboard modification kit. And what we have today is a Honda Pioneer 1000. And the customer has put 32-inch tall tires, which look great on here, but he was having trouble steering when he put it in a full turn. It rubbed, and he didn't want to spend the money for a lift kit, and so this was an idea that he came up with. And so together we have worked on this design, and it's fairly straightforward and easy enough for a do-it-yourselfer with some minimum amount of tools. Really all you've got to have is something to cut it with, which I will demonstrate what I use that cuts to the best, but there's probably other methods. This right here worked the best for me. This is an oscillating saw, trim saw, and there's different brands, but this is the one that I have. Just a fine cut wood blade, just straight cut, and you just basically you can just plunge in and then just kind of cut along. So what I've done, this one I have cut, and you can tell I glued it back together. I cut it twice because I wasn't sure. This is the very first one that we've done, and I wasn't sure how I didn't want to cut off too much to begin with, but since I've done this, I've done the other side, I've got a better idea of what you need to do. So moving forward, from the very corner, this sets in here like this, obviously, okay, and from the very corner, from here to this point is approximately 4 inches. And what that does, it gets you above this little jut out, this little corner that's kind of chamfered. You want to get above that. That way you're dealing with a nice rounded corner, and that's what makes these fit better. So we get above that, we're going to go 4 inches, and then from the very edge this way to the right, we're going to go 6 inches, and then we're approximately 3 inches deep. And so 3, 4, 6 again. And I may try to, I don't know yet, we'll see if I can come up with some type of template, make that a little easier. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. One thing you want to do that I didn't do on this one, and I did it on that side, is leave more lip here. This would be better if this was a full from this line to there out. If that was a full 1 inch, that would be ideal. This, again, this works, but it would work better. So this, I'll use sealant, and this will pop rivet in like so, and it'll be a real nice clean finish. So that's what you're working with. The other side's the same way. Hopefully this helps. Anybody that has questions, feel free to email me at breton7864@aol.com. That's spelled BRETON 7864@aol.com. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to do this where you guys can see. Once you get a couple of rivets in there, you can go ahead and drill the rest of the hose. The first ones, though, you want to kind of do in the corners to pull everything up nice and tight. Because this metal, it won't give, but this plastic will pull to it and give you a lot less gaps to fill with sealant. I use a fender washer on the back side of the ones that I can. The floor is got a ribbed plastic, and so you really can't there, but like through the inner fender, I'm able to use a fender washer and really pulls it in nice and tight. Alright, now the last step is one of the most important steps. Just want to make sure that everything is nice and clean. And you start out with a small tip here. Now this is a provided tube. And you just, a little goes a long way here, so just put a nice little bead. Clean everything off. Come back with your finger. Smooth everything in. Make sure you have a towel handy to dry and clean your finger off. Come back here. Do the same thing. And that's pretty much it. This will dry. It's kind of a lighter gray right now, but it'll dry to a nice dull black, just like the rest of the interior. And that's pretty much it to installing these. It's pretty simple. The hardest part is cutting the hole, and even that is not that tough. Now there are two more, and we'll go around the front. There are two more that go from the inner fender to this, and I'll show you how that's done. It's the same principle as the outside. You might want to, since these have power steering, just turn the key, turn the wheel to give yourself room to work. Okay. And then you see this little void right in here? I like to fill that up flush with this. Now this stuff takes a while to dry. But you should have plenty of this stuff. And what that'll do is just eliminate mud, rocks from going in there and filling that up, that little cavity, and rusting this thing out in a shorter amount of time. It would take years, but this will eliminate that. And you can come back and lick your finger so it doesn't stick, and kind of smooth that on in. Like so. And that's it. That side's done. So hopefully this will help you guys out. And now this tire can turn. You increased this much clearance here, and so yeah, that should be a pretty good fix. Thanks for watching.